everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Gita Marie and I know we all love a good deep dive, but today I was thinking, let's get an overview. So I am doing a video I haven't done in years, I think, but I'm trying to combine as many different eco tips as I possibly can in one video to give an overview, to give you guys inspiration. Some of these things you might know about, some of these things you might already do, and some of these things might be brand new. That's the fun of it. Sort of dividing this video into different segments. So we're starting off with beauty and fashion, then moving into food, home, travel, that kind of thing. Let me know which ones I forgot down below and we'll do a part 2. Let's get started. Solid soaps is a great way of reducing plastic, both for hair, body, and skincare. They're great alternatives, and often it's just about finding the right formula for you. A menstruating person use up to 10,000 disposable period products in their lifetime, so reusable period products are a lifesaver. And there are many different options like period underwear or the menstrual cup or washable liners. Place a bucket in your shower to catch excess water. It's great for flushing your toilet, and if it's soapless, it's also great for watering your plants. Reusable makeup remover wipes is such a basic at this point, and you don't even have to buy them. You can make them at home easily. Just cut up an old or thrifted towel, for instance. Most makeup are thrown away while there's still tons of product remaining in the packaging, so finishing your products is a good place to start. You can also choose brands with refill options to reduce packaging. The most sustainable product is the one you already have, but if you're looking for something else, thrift first and reduced fast fashion consumption. And overconsumption isn't cancelled out by donating stuff to charity, by the way. Sorry about that. Basic sewing skills will take you a really long way. Stitching up clothing can extend their lifetime significantly, and this way you can keep wearing the clothes that you love the most. You can also cover stains that can't be washed out with visible mending or embroidery. Don't throw away old fabric scraps from your DIY projects. Stuff cushions and pillows to regain some volume there. If you want new clothing, you can also host a clothes swap event for your friends and family and shop each other's unwanted clothes. And this is a big one, but ditch trends and micro trends and just stick to what you like, no matter what is currently trending. Style is constant and timeless. And speaking of timeless, avoid cheap quality materials which will deteriorate and break within a year, and invest in items that will last you decades. This is such a massive one, but uninstall shopping apps on your phone to avoid that constant temptation to buy new. For beauty products, it's also a great idea to choose versatile products like a blush that can also be an eyeshadow or lip tint, which means you're buying fewer products and getting more function out of the things you have. It's definitely also possible to overconsume thrifted clothing, by the way. Consumption is not cancelled out by something being pre-loved. The volume of and the pace with which we go through clothes is the main problem. Whenever possible, drink tap water with a filter if it's necessary. The impact of your home can be significantly reduced by the right circulation pump, like this one. Actually, and boringly, this is one of the most effective tools to lower your impact. I have a whole video on this, which I will link down below. Switch to green renewable energy. Any reduction of fossil fuels is great, and our electricity provider is a great and easy place to start. And a smaller one, but some tea and coffee filters contain plastic, so using reusable options is a great way to avoid that, like a tea egg or cotton coffee filters. Compost your scraps and kitchen waste, either in an industrial compost or in your garden. Either way, that energy should be reused instead of rotting in landfill. Reuse containers even when they're not aesthetically pleasing. You can also install water-saving devices on your taps and shower heads, and ditch disposable paper towels and opt for reusable kitchen cloth. This is such a lifesaver, and in our household, it is an absolute default. This is an important one, but propagate your plants instead of buying them fully grown. It takes all the fun out of it, and growing plants in a greenhouse isn't exactly eco-friendly. This is a much better and cheaper and more fun way of adding some green to your home. Save your leftovers and try getting creative with them so you actually eat them and they don't just get lost in the back of your fridge. No need to ever buy jars from new when these are so widely available. Instead of recycling glass, reuse it. And if you have a farmer's market nearby, use it. And grow food at home. While it doesn't necessarily have the biggest carbon benefit, there are tons of other benefits to learning this skill, like seasonal awareness, less food waste, creative cooking skills, pickling, fermentation, etc. In Best Zero Waste 2016 style, bring your own container. It's not trending anymore necessarily, but the idea just holds up Still recommend. Bring a tote bag, a water bottle, or a lunchbox with you on your travel to avoid unnecessary waste. This will always be my ride or die. You can also make your own greeting cards from paper and cardboard. I have a full guide on this somewhere. And if this process looks a little bit too intimidating, you can also just do this. This works too. Recycling is a great place to start, but a bad place to stop. And we can all agree that it's not fixing the problem. However, it is still necessary, but waste prevention over waste management any day. And repairing doesn't just go for clothing. If something breaks, try fixing it. There are endless hours of helpful resources to get you started online. Opt for second-hand or refurbished electronics instead of buying new, to not give the tech giants a dime of your money. And turn your devices completely off instead of keeping them on standby mode. Spending more time in the kitchen cooking from scratch is great for reducing waste and impact, but it also gives you power to add and avoid whatever ingredients you prefer, and it's so much more fun. Wrap your gifts in reusable materials like fabric or newspaper. Save it year after year instead of buying new single-use wrapping paper. I have a ribbon and wrapping drawer filled with this stuff, and I love how my friends and family recognize it every year. Always check marketplace or secondhand apps before you buy something from new. Chances are this thing is available pre-loved, and that also saves you a little bit of money. Eating more whole foods and vegetables is great. If you can get them in season, that's even better. While outside season, frozen options actually have a smaller carbon footprint than growing them fresh in a greenhouse. If you have a bulk store nearby, use it. Support a small business doing a good thing. But bulk isn't the only way of avoiding packaging, but it is nifty if it's available. Plant-based proteins, need I say more? Eating a balanced diet with loads of plant-based protein while reducing meat and dairy is another of the most effective things that we can do, and there are tons of options from soy, tofu to lentils and beans. You don't have to be vegan to enjoy these foods. While we would love to have you on our team, of course, but plant-based food isn't just for vegans. It's for everyone. Choose pots and pans in stainless steel or cast iron to avoid unnecessary microplastic and forever chemicals in your food and in the environment. And as a bonus, it's also much easier to make a banger sauce in a stainless steel pan. If you're worried about getting a plastic straw, here's an easy fix. Order wine or beer instead. They will most likely never come with single-use plastic. Be an earth hero. Drink beer. Ditch the plastic cooking utensils and cutting boards. Need I say more? Opt for wood or metal instead. They're super easy to find secondhand as well, and they will last you so much longer when you take good care of them. Just like plant-based proteins aren't just for vegans, so aren't vegan restaurants. If you have the option to choose a plant-based meal on the menu or seek out a plant-based restaurant to get inspired, I definitely recommend you to do so. Check out how chefs that primarily cook with vegetables do. It's great to see what they can do with the plants, and then bring that inspiration back into your own kitchen. We all know that avoiding all plastic is impossible, and that also goes for grocery shopping, so don't strive for perfection. But there are plenty of ways to reduce the plastic that you buy. Choose products in alternative packaging, and when choosing materials, choose the ones that can be recycled most effectively near you. If it's legal, and only if it's legal, go dumpster diving. You're not supporting the manufacturer when you eat something that you picked out of the bin. And if it was just dumped there, it's gonna be perfectly fine to eat, especially after you give it a quick rinse. Join a trash cleanup event and get involved in the action. And you can also use the findings at the event as a way of pressuring your local representatives to do more. I cannot stress this enough, but find interests and hobbies that exist outside online spaces. Creative or active or otherwise, activities that you can enjoy away from screens. All this kind of gear, by the way, can be found secondhand and pre-loved easily. And not only is this great for your mental health, but having hobbies and creative outlets also makes you a better advocate and activist in both online and offline spaces. Bike as much as possible. You can also get an e-bike if that makes the choice easier. I did, and I use it almost every single day. For longer distances, choose buses or trains whenever it's possible and make a trip of it. I actually love how much more I get to know about a region or country when I travel this way. My favorite is definitely trains with electrical outlets specifically, and turns out that's also my office several times a month. Okay, this is gonna sound so cheesy, but go be outside more. Understanding and experiencing nature is key, and it's great for both our minds and our bodies as well. And this is by far the best bonus. There isn't any shit that you'll be tempted to buy out in the forest. I used to always favor big city vacations and living in the city center, but I guess something has changed. Don't get me wrong, those things are still great, but it doesn't give me the same calm and focus that being outside in nature does. It offers value that can't be bought, and that is key in shifting our mindset and becoming more sustainable. Vote. For the love of God, always vote. Not voting is accepting the status quo, and when there's so much we need to fix, your voice is absolutely vital. And find your community. Trying to be more sustainable on your own can be really, really lonely, so find a community of peers, either online or offline, that you can talk to and share your experiences with. This is important when we want to avoid burnout. And you don't actually need a pickup event to pick up trash. If you see it in nature or on the street, pick it up and dispose of it correctly. Ditch those cheesy souvenirs. At least kind of. Instead of buying mass-produced souvenirs that will ultimately end up collecting dust in a drawer or in a thrift store, buy something that you will enjoy or use every day. An antique, a kitchen tool, art, something that you don't want to part with. This is all a part of consuming more consciously. You're gonna thank me for this one, but unfollow creators that make you want to overconsume or that makes you feel like you and your life is not enough. Trust me, you will be so much better off by turning off that noise. And lastly, remember that lying on your couch, doing nothing, buying nothing is also activism. The most sustainable product is the one you already have, so relax, buy less, repair, and do your best.